Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, as you guys can tell, we're going to be diving into a Monat call. Oh my god, you guys. I know I can't openly say whoever's name this is, but I literally love you with all my heart and flat ass. This amazing human being got access to some secret trainings, right? Except that's in the private Facebook training groups of some pretty fucking high up Monat leaders, right? And we have a very special treat today where I've saved all of them. Hopefully I can get a little bit more. We have a Monat Zoom call that is excessively long. It's a really good training that for us to expose. But it's gonna be a 2-part series because this thing is so freaking long, but it's definitely worth it. So before we hop in though, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so that you'll be notified of every single video I post. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this damn thing. Let's go.
For you guys today, all about recruiting and duplication, which are honestly two of the most important things along with selling the product that we do here in this business. I have the pleasure to be co-hosting this call with the beautiful Katrina. It's funny because we randomly met through other business partners, and now we talk so often. We can relate so much to each other. And when she asked me to do this call with her, I was like, heck yes. And we got on a call last week to plan our notes out. And let me just tell you, you're in for a ride. Okay, you're in for a ride.
What kind of ride is this? Is this like the teacups from Disneyland? Or is this like, I don't know, some death drop shit? I can't wait.
So much for the edification, guys. I don't even have to edify Carla because you guys already know Carla is like the epitome of a servant leader. Not only does she help her own team out selflessly, but she helps the entire organization out, and you guys already know that about Carla. So babe, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be doing this call with you. I'm so happy to have met you. And guys, let me just give you a little bit of a background as to why this call is so important, okay? Or why what I have to share is so important. So when I started the business, I came into doing this business and ran with it, and I just want to do this forever. This is my option A to Z. I'm in this to run. This is my life. This is my passion. Okay, so let me.
One thing I want to stop here because I love women that have drive, right? But it kind of terrifies me when we're seeing this being portrayed. So I see a lot of top leaders in Monat or any other MLM for that matter. They push how they're so dedicated to this MLM. And one, we know the failure rates of these companies, but two, it's really kind of scary in a way because you can have dedication, but we can also be realistic in a sense. We're going on and well, this is it. I just knew this is only going to be it. You can know that something's it, but there's nothing wrong with having a backup plan so that way if something ends up fucking up because we can't know the future, it's good. But they teach Monat as if it's a multiple streams of income, so no matter what, you'll be fine, which is bullshit. And that actually makes me very mad because when they say, oh, millionaires have 7 streams of income. Okay, yeah, but the 7 streams of income isn't this type of recruitment bonus and this type of sales bonus.
That clear. Now, I came into this and I always had that fire in me. However, I came across a lot of obstacles, okay? And I have to share this because these obstacles, during the times of these obstacles, I was sharpening my axe, okay? And I did a lot of trial and error. So this is why I'm sharing all of these tips. So I got extremely sick for months. I had to put a pause on my business for 6 months, guys, okay? However, I had faith that would come to an end. So I still worked my business as much as I could. If I couldn't move physically, I would watch a potentials video. So before I even start this call, yes, I was still working and recruiting as much as I could and working the business. But before I start this call, I want to say that, right? Because if you're in this and you're going to be all in, you have to have that whatever it takes mindset. Okay, and you have to have faith in yourself and in the business that you're in. Okay, so let's get started. Because if not, I'll stay here all day and talk about how passionate I am about this. Okay, now 10 keys to mastering recruiting and duplication. Okay, what I'm gonna go over is not just the act of recruiting. What I'm gonna go over is the mindset that you need to have. Okay, the work ethic that you need to have. Okay, the strategy. Okay, everything. It's all one thing. Okay, so I know that we have a lot of mindset calls that are super amazing, but mindset plus strategy equals success. Okay, number one top key is if you're new and you're doing well and you're flying through these ranks, and if you think for 1 second that you don't need personal development, you are very sadly mistaken. So number 1 is your mindset. You need to acquire having an abundance mindset. Remember, we're used to coming from a scarcity mindset. So you need to learn to switch that to an abundant mindset. You are no longer clocking in and clocking out. You are now an entrepreneur. Now you have access to the 1% information. So that is part of it. Number 2, acquire a solution-based mindset. What does that mean? No complaining, just solutions. Okay?
Girl, that's called toxic positivity. No complaining, just solutions. This is and I know people can relate to this. I am going to have days. Now, let me give you this beautiful story, for example. I plow through fucking hard drives like no other. Why? Because shit breaks. That's the world that I live in regards to my job, because technology is everything. However, if something shits out, that's really bad. I literally downloaded at least 2 terabytes of content to react to. That shit disappeared. I was pissed and I was fuming, sitting on my couch, and I called my mom. I was fucking mad. I was pissed because I was like, fuck, I downloaded everything and I didn't have a backup. But I complained, I bitched, I was mad, and then after I was like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I let it out. Let's get that shit taken care of. There's nothing wrong with bitching and complaining for a bit. You can fix it after, but sometimes you gotta let that shit out. My point is, this is gross. You don't teach that to people. Don't complain, just keep going, because they're gonna literally be thinking it's wrong to feel bad about something that's not good. I don't like that whatsoever. People should be able to complain about some things. There's a difference between like repulsively complaining to the point like about the most smallest shit and like that's excessive, versus complaining about something that you should, or sometimes because you're letting your feelings out. I genuinely don't think that's gonna fix anything. I feel like this is just simply a manipulation tactic for training. And again, mind you guys, this is a training for people. I don't know if this is a specific training for like a specific level of Monat leaders. All I'm saying is this is a training for people participating in the company. This is what you need to do to be successful, then his bullshit.
Number 3, you have to, this is my favorite. You have to acquire mental agility in this business. You are an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship is not for the weak. So you have to acquire mental agility.
You're not an entrepreneur because did you make Monat? No. Did you make the products in Monat? No. Did you make anything in Monat? No. You're not an entrepreneur. Stop it.
Mental agility to be okay with failure. And you need to accept the fact that failure is just part of the process of success. There is not one millionaire out there that has not failed. Okay?
Okay, let's run with this argument, because again, I understand where she's coming from. You can't do well and not fail. I failed many fucking times. I've had lots of issues with certain things because I fucked up. That's okay. You have to learn. This is what I have an issue with at MLM, because when Monat has, I think it's around, a link to the description below, they have, I think, around a 90% failure rate, essentially, of low money. Like little to no money. Like in failure, that means you're not getting fucking paid what you're valued. That's a failure to me. Their income disclosure statement only shows up the commission that's being paid to people, not including fees, requirements for selling every month, etc. When you teach this in a system that is literally set up to not do well for people, even if they're hard workers and really are busting their ass, you make it to where they accept every failure. And in regards to failures that are put on them. So labeling all of this as like, don't think bad, but they're also going on about, well, failures are gonna happen. Yeah, failures are gonna happen. But when you hit a point to where there's so many failures, you also can see failures as a way of re-strategize something and move on. But when you continuously have the same failures and struggles in a company like this, that's when it's not okay. Because if you continuously, no matter what you do, no matter what you switch up, you keep getting fucked over, that should say that the company is a problem. But her trying to train that out of you is a manipulation tactic.
You just keep going and going and going, okay? In the book, Think and Grow Rich, he mentions one gentleman, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but he mentions one gentleman about how back in the day, like we're talking about like 1900s, this gentleman was so determined to get something done that he knocked on 1,000 doors. Imagine, this gentleman did not give up until he hit 1,000 doors to knock on and someone said yes, okay? So it's not even that hard in this business. You don't have to knock on 1,000 doors, but just putting that into perspective for you, okay? Also, being okay with trial and error, because that is part of the process, okay? What may work for some person may not work for you, okay? Everybody's journey is different, okay? Now, thick skin. You need to have thick skin. It only comes with taking action and failing, and then sooner or later, se te resbala, like it's like nothing. How do you say that? You know, it's like, it doesn't affect you.
It slides through, like it doesn't affect you.
Exactly. Okay, now, I know that we say no ego a lot, right? But there's a few situations that I'm going to mention so that you can understand what we mean by having no ego, okay? So ego, let it go, because it really truly is not your amigo. Okay, now, How are you going to acquire this mindset? So many times we sign someone up and we recommend the books, right? But do they really go and get it? I don't know. Some do, some don't. Guys, I'm telling you right now, those books transformed my mindset and my mental agility to be able to go forward with this business. Please go and buy the books that your upline recommended to you. I promise they're going to change your life, okay?
Okay, this is horrible. So when you recruit someone on a team, you want them to purchase more shit. They barely just got started, but what's a book gonna do? Like, I haven't read books about this. Or, like, I've read studies, yeah, but not, like, personal development. I haven't done any, do I want to someday? Yeah. Other people that I know don't read personal development, this and that, and they're still good. Like, you don't need that to do well. You're the same people that push that this is great to fit into the, different nooks and crannies of your life, but yet you want people to take time out of their day to read a book? Some of them that are starting this don't have time for that. That's why they were starting it in the first place.
And everything's provided to you. It's like, get on all the mindset calls, get on all the trainings. Okay, those trainings are powerful. Even us that were leaders, we still doubt ourselves. I want to make something clear. It's not that the doubt isn't there for us anymore. It's just that we're so committed to growth and entrepreneurship that we know how to suppress it and make it go away with positive self-talk and with personal development. Okay, so
that right there, the top leaders are sometimes still doubtful of what they're doing. So you have to continuously remind yourself that what you're doing is good.
Okay, now let's see here. The second thing, okay? Second thing is strong work ethic, okay? But it can be confusing to someone. What exactly is a strong work ethic? Everybody has a different perspective. So I broke that down, okay? Okay. Number 1 is you must decide. Whatever you do, you must decide to commit, okay? Once you decide to commit, then number 2 is you have to be predictable. Because remember, this is our reality TV show, right? So why would someone...
I think it's a problem with a lot of these Monet girls is they're so fucking predictable, minus some of the big crazies, but they're so predictable. We know what they're going to do in terms of some of this crazy bullshit. But how is that going to determine your work ethic is being predictable? The fuck?
I want to follow someone or be led or join this business with someone who is flaky on themselves, someone who says that they're going to do something and doesn't do it. Like, no, you have to be predictable, okay? And you have to be consistent. So be predictable with your daily routine and be consistent no matter what.
It's like I sit here sometimes and I listen to these things. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. If you're gonna lead, you need to do it right. Absolutely. But again, I'm not clapping for a fucking bird that flies. I'm not clapping for a fish that swims. Like this is bare minimum at this point. Is she right of being consistent? Yeah, you should be consistent with what you're doing. Absolutely. But in regards to this, the consistency is not going to pay off to actually make you commission and real good income, right?
How many times I've had fights with my spouse? How many times I've been going through something? And guys, I dive even harder into my business when I'm going through something, okay? So do not make your problem an excuse. Make it a fire to light up your butt, to dive into your business more, okay? Trust me.
Do you have marriage problems? Fuck that. Monet, number 1, you struggling mentally, you should judge your flame for success. Like, what fucking, no! I shouldn't, no. Okay, there's a difference between using some things to like fuel your energy versus using shit that has nothing to do with it to fuel it. You should be able to take time and chill and focus on family stuff. That's literally why a lot of MLMs have so many people that get divorced because of the culty mentality like this. If I'm having a problem with my spouse, and I don't get one, but I'm just saying, if I have one, I'm going to take the time to handle that shit. No, it's called take care of your family. That's okay. You should be able to do it. But why she's saying use it as an excuse? That's a reason.
All right, so that's another thing, because anytime you disrupt your momentum, you have to recreate it. Okay, you have to recreate it, and you never should make a permanent decision on a temporary emotion. Okay, that's another thing. Now, another thing is the next step is proper preparation. Okay, so organize yourself. This is part of work ethic. Organize yourself. Plan ahead. Okay, the guy who is most prepared always wins. Okay, next thing. This one is my favorite, guys, because I have my notes here. This one is my favorite. Okay, and I keep saying it. The answer is always do more. Literally, okay? The answer is always do more. If you're feeling stuck, which is not something that I really believe is True, but we'll get into that another day. If you're feeling stuck, do more personal development, do more prospecting, okay? Plan more content that's actually gonna, make someone think something or feel something. You know what I mean? Do more of anything, of everything that you should be doing, okay? Now, here's another key to work ethic. You have to subscribe. This is one of my favorites. You have to subscribe to the now mentality. What does that mean? What does that mean? You have to strike when the iron is hot. Any opportunity that you get with a potential to interact, to talk to with a VIP, whatever it may be, you must strike when the iron is hot, okay? And you have to have a do it now mentality, because if you're procrastinating and you're saying to yourself, oh no, I'll answer later, your opportunity to close that market partner or close that sale can go like this.
Okay? So again, I'll get to it later. Maybe somebody's busy. Maybe someone has another job. Maybe somebody has something, important going on. But if you push it up, you're losing an opportunity. Honey, if you guys are so adamant about how amazing Monat is, right? If this sells itself, if the business is screaming amazingness, you shouldn't have to fear that so much. I hate every ounce of this bullshit.
Now, mentality, I don't know. Your journey will be a little slower, but you have to have that. Okay, cool. Let's see what's in it. Oh yeah, cut distractions. Guys, become obsessed. Literally just become obsessed. Like when I first started, I didn't have anything, okay? I didn't have an upline. I didn't get on board. I didn't get connected to all the chat. I didn't care. I did not care. I was passionate. I was hella passionate though. And you know what? People wanted to join me anyway. I didn't know where I was going, but I figured it the F out and I was passionate about it. So you have to be passionate. How are you going to be passionate if you're not obsessed? Okay, people can feel if you're obsessed or not. If you're uncertain, if you're insecure, they can feel that. So very important, become obsessed. Okay, cool. Let's see what else I have here, guys, because it's a lot. It's a lot of notes. So let's see here. Hold on. Give me one sec, guys. I think I skipped proper preparation, become obsessed. Yes. Okay, cool. Always have a to-do list, right? But like have urgency with your to-do list, have urgency with everything, because while you're recording all of these things, like you may be thinking to yourself like, okay, yeah, I get it. This is like a way to act, but what does this have to do with recruiting? It has everything to do with recruiting, because by acting this way and doing these things, my followers trust me. And they're always telling me, yeah, I can see how dedicated you are to this. Yes. I can see how obsessed you are. Yes. I can see how much you know. Yes. So it has everything to do with recruiting, okay? So
one thing I want to mention is when she says my followers can tell. Most of these bigger leaders in Monat, majority of their followers are Monat girls. Most of them are. Like, for example, Dre, Jasmine, all those other WFAB girls, for example, most of their interactions are downlines and people in iGenius now. That's it. Or bots, fake people, fake accounts. So it's not that they necessarily trust you. And this is another thing I'd like to mention too. I love ANTIMLM. I love the topic. I love this, but I'm not obsessed in a way of like, this is all I gotta do. Like, I have a life outside of this. I love other things. Like, this isn't just, this is it. And if other people are like that, that's fine. But like, there's a differentiation. Most of the other creators that I know, for example, they're not like, oh, I'm obsessed and this is all I can live and breathe. You know, it's healthy to not just be horrifically obsessed with things to the point of this is all you, like, this is it. That's all you do. There's nothing you get outside of that.
Last and most important thing, okay, is you always have to ask yourself, what's next? What more can I do? How can I do this better? Okay. And also always have urgency with everything. And especially in the beginning, have urgency. Okay. Now, third thing is aim to become the best, AKA aim to become a professional. Learn everything you can about your business, your company, your product, and your industry. That's going to make closing so much easier. You're going to be way more confident because you're going to tackle objections like this because nobody can tell you anything. Because on top of you knowing the facts, like, no, sis, no, here are the facts. And you're so confident about it, you can close objections instead of running from them. So learn everything that you can about that, okay?
Okay. I like that argument because it's stating, hey, I agree. Like, you need to be educated on what you're talking about, which I fully fucking agree. I think that's a big problem with a lot of people in any MLM. They're not fully educated on anything. The problem is, though, is if they actually get educated on the business as a whole, they would see the problems. We're an ass hair away from the truth, guys.
Okay. Now, here's my favorite one, strategic content. Okay, what do I mean by strategic content? Okay, some people struggle with content. Sorry about that. I live in New York and, you know, the car's beeping out there. Let me close the window, 1 second.
You're good, babe. It happens. How dare that car interrupt your call?
Huh? What was that?
Tell him to beep later. How dare he interrupt your call?
I know, but it is what it is. It's going to be going on for a while, but just bear with me. Strategic content. So you have to remember and understand that our social media is our first impression. Okay, so you have to literally, when you start this business, you cannot neglect your content. And I'm saying this because my content isn't even like, oh wow, like out of the water. No, but I am strategic with it. Okay, I make sure that if I make a post or I take a picture, okay, how's the aesthetic? You know, I'm not taking a dirty mirror picture. No, I'm making sure that the aesthetic is good. I'm making sure that my message is good. I'm making sure that I'm following the content calendar. Guys, follow. That thing is genius. It's genius. It's effective. It's easy. Like, just do it, because then you're going to sign up girls and then they're going to see that you're not doing that. And then you can't duplicate that way. The whole point is to make everything easy. So trust me, follow the content calendar.
Okay, so what I'm getting is they have a content calendar, which I think content calendars are pretty cool. Here's the thing though, I make my own content calendar. They have a content calendar that everyone follows to a T. Everyone looks the same and posts the same. That's kind of boring, don't you think? Everyone has the same shit. It's not customizable to you. I mean, you can, but when they're like, follow it, it's genius, it's easy. Okay, well, great. That's why all these Monet girls look the same, because they follow the same aesthetic, they follow the same concepts and posting, or a team, the whole entire downline looks like the same fucking carbon copy. If we pay attention to some of the stuff in the video, we talk about deflecting negative things, only talking positive. No complaining, just find a solution. That's it, which again, I feel like is very toxic. Moving on to, you have to be obsessed, you have to be obsessed. And even things with your social media of just follow this, it's easy, it's supposed to be easy, just follow this. So it's removing your thoughts, your feelings, and differentiation between all these other people.
You need to understand that this is your image and your brand, and you have to take a look. This is one of the situations where you need to not have an ego, okay? You need to literally look at your Instagram, okay, and ask yourself, you know what, do I want to be led by this person? Do I want to work with this person? But you have to have no ego to answer yourself honestly, okay? So me, for example, I reevaluated my page and I'm like, you know what? I don't look boss enough. I'm going to go take some boss pics now. So I did, right? So you have to always constantly keep that in mind with your content. You have to ask yourself, is it admirable? Is it valuable? Is it relatable? Is it the best version of me? Is it aesthetically pleasing? What message am I relaying?
One thing I do want to mention as well that I think is very unhealthy is there's the purpose of aesthetically pleasing. Now, again, I like aesthetically pleasing things. That's always my goal, for example. In regards to rebranding, everything I post, if you guys check out my Instagram, you see I stick to it. That's the problem though. When we have a bunch of people joining companies that don't have a lot of experience with social media or any understanding of that, it's confusing and overwhelming. It has taken me years to start actually getting a hold of, okay, this is my style. This is what I want to do. And even just understanding the Lightroom app, that took me a bit. That takes a while, and that's okay. But it's weird to me how they're still pushing it of, oh, well, if you don't have aesthetically pleasing, you need to start working on that. Some people don't know how, and I do not trust these girls for a second to do it right or teach people right.
Because this also is going to give you confidence to reach out. This is going to give you confidence to reach out. If you have invested, okay, and I don't mean money so much. If you have invested time and effort into branding yourself on social media, you will be unstoppable with reaching out. Because
that doesn't, an aesthetically pleasing toast is... aesthetically pleasing toast. Shit. Okay. An aesthetically pleasing post does not immediately give you confidence. That I can immediately tell you.
At the end of the day, you're behind that screen. So when you reach out to someone, you need to have a presence. You need to have a presence behind that screen to reach out to someone. So if your content is doing what it's supposed to, giving what it's supposed to, you're going to be reaching out to hundreds of people, no problem. And you're not even going to care. You're not even going to care because your people are going to be attracted to you. Okay. Now,
when I tell you Monet girls make me want to deep throat a fucking chainsaw, I mean that with everything in me. Oh my God. I'm going to cold message hundreds of people and I'm going to get to a point because I don't care. You want to know why? Because my photo looks fucking good. Help. This is, oh my God.
Having direction, okay? You have to have direction. So understand, what are the 7 skills of network marketing? Okay, you have to make sure that you're following and practicing the 7 skills. So finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting,
7 deadly skills of MLMs.
following up, closing, onboarding, events, and effective marketing. Okay, this one is
wait, let me ask something, because I know somebody's gonna ask, but where can I find that, guys? The Google Drive, the Alpha.
Oh yeah, Carla made a system. I'm sorry, Carla made a whole system about the 7. We have everything. Like, we have everything. All you need to do is take action. Okay, that's it.
Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling? We have the steps.
Sorry, I come off a little harsh, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Now, become a product of the product. I love this one. You need to be oozing out that this is you now. You need to tap into, okay, I'm a business owner. I own this franchise. I'm an
I'll hear that? That's the fucking chainsaw calling my name. Okay, sorry. Anyways. Cult. It's a cult.
Influencer. I'm going to change my life and I'm going to change the life of others. So how does that person dress, walk, smell? What habits does she have? Okay. What does she look like? What is she branding herself as? You have to become a product of the product and a business of the business. Okay. And own it and be passionate about it. Okay, become this new and improved person, and guess what? You're growing. It's when you do that, it's inevitable to grow, right? And guess what? People are going to be attracted to that, because why would someone want to be led by someone who isn't even sure of who or where they want to go or what they know? They're lost. They need someone to be led by. They need a mentor. So you need to be that. Okay?
Notice how they say essentially the people that they're recruiting are lost. That's our problem. We have people that are naive and are lost, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. I've been fucking naive and lost about a lot of shit before. That's okay. It's when people are preying on that being lost in vulnerability. Why the fuck can I not say that word? That's the problem. That's gross. And here's another thing that I have an issue with, because we see that they're trying to train people to morph into this person, this boss babe, this Monet girl, product of the product. This entire process of this video is almost showing a deconstruction of yourself and becoming something that you're not. And I feel like there's so many girls in Monet right now who are doing that. And some that might not even fully know it because they're listening to their mentor. They're trying to do what they're being told because that's what they're told is you have the tools, you have a mentor, listen to her. And they're listening, but it's like they're losing parts of themselves, their own self-identity, their own ways of even editing or branding, for example. They're becoming something. And they think that if they maybe have a picture put together or a brand, they're branding good, or they speak really like that they think that that's going to make somebody confident and do good, which is the complete exact opposite. But they're deconstructing all of this completely to where it doesn't change what's actually inside. Getting confidence and actually being secure in what you're doing takes time.
Okay, cool. Another one is you have to have unbreakable confidence and faith. You must have that. Okay. And I know that like we don't just wake up with that. It's okay. Confidence is a skill that you work on every single day. Okay. By doing all of the above and doing everything that they teach us. Okay. But I want you to understand that confidence is actually a byproduct of taking action. Confidence is literally a byproduct of taking action. If you don't do anything, you're going to stay the same. Okay. So you must take action. Okay. Now, first, we're going to actually go into like a little bit of strategy and understanding something that really gave me confidence. And it really helped me to stop taking things personal whenever people would ghost me, leave me on scene, not reply, whatever, we all go through that, right? You have to understand the 3 main reasons why people do that.
When they're teaching confidence and self-development, it's all for one purpose, growing in the Monet community and the business. This isn't actually about self-development because the self-development is rooted in the MLM. This is about something else, not for them actually specifically.
Okay, number 1 is some people are really truly complacent. And I know that it's hard to accept because we're not, and we have like this hustler mentality and everything. So it's like hard to, wait, you don't want more? No, but there's people that really don't care, right? So you have to understand that's one type of person out there, okay? Another one, some people are truly carrying crazy fears and traumas, okay? So just because we're a little bit more like we can take risks and we did the whole leap of faith thing, that doesn't mean that people have that, people can get over that mental battle as easily as we can, right? So that's another reason. Okay. It could be fear of failure, fear of judgment, low self-esteem, fear of exposure. The list goes on, really, of what people are really truly fearful of. Okay.
I feel like that some girls on Monet have this mentality that a lot of people who tell them no, just fucking hate their life and themselves, and they're too scared to make any change. But in reality, some of us might, some people just might not want to do it. Some people are happy with what they're doing, or some people just know it's a fucking pyramid scheme and they want to avoid it.
Okay, but at the end of the day, we're not therapists. We could do whatever we can, lead the way, but don't worry, just understand that. Number 3, people are truly, actually ignorant to the fact, or ignorant to learning more or learning anything other else than maybe what someone put in their head, right? Those are the people that you cannot waste your time with, okay? And what do I mean by that? Like, for example, those people that are like, oh no, it's a pyramid scheme, or oh no, I'm not gonna try the product because my aunt told me this, or whatever, and they stay stuck on that. And they don't even want to hear. That's fine, God bless. Like, send them with love. There's just some people out there like that. So those are the 3 people, the 3 types, okay? Once I understood that that's what was going on, I didn't take anything personal, and it became a game to me. It literally became a game to me. And now it's like, oh, I'm going to unlock this one, and I'm going to unlock her.
Oh, shit. If I get demonetized, can it... Like, the fact that she said, this is a game to you. So these people are just a game. They're human beings. Please? Like, fuck, this is not a game.
It's like, oh, I'm going to unlock this one, and I'm going to unlock her, and I'm going to unlock her. Why? Because it's our job to guide these people out of the fear. When I know that someone is truly interested, and I'm going to tell you how you know. When I know that someone is truly interested, but the only thing holding them back is their fear, I don't stop. I literally do not stop, and I get to them in different ways.
So you're telling me you don't stop cold messaging them. I know that you're interested. If they're interested, this is gonna hurt. They'll fucking join you. I know that is a very hard concept to wrap your noggin around. If they're interested that much, they will ask for the information and then they will sign up. You don't need to keep harassing them for someone to say yeah.
Which I'm gonna share with you guys, okay? Cool. Let's see here. Understanding. Yes, I already went through that. Okay, cool. Now, step 8. Okay, step 8 is you just have to take massive action. But how are you going to take massive action? I feel like when I stepped into a service mindset, that's when my business really, really started to transform. My conversations, I started closing more. Okay, I started, like, everything started coming together. Because when you step into the mindset of serving your prospects, teams, and customers, it's a game changer for your confidence and productivity. Always think of how this business can help them. Okay, when I'm on a 3-way for my girls or for myself, I don't listen to close. I do, right? But hold on, hear me out. I listen to serve instead of listening to gain. I listen to serve instead of listening to gain. Okay.
What the hell is that going to change? I can listen in multiple ways, but that doesn't change your end goal. You can listen. So serving them with a business opportunity versus closing them with a business. What the fuck is the difference?
And I started to do that. That's when I started closing 9 out of 10. Okay? So at the end of the day, when your intention is to serve, because there's a lot of people, here's one of the main things that a lot of girls say. Okay? Oh, I feel bad. I feel like I'm taking their money. No, because at the end of the day, you have something for them, right? So when your intention is to serve, your guilt and fear of presenting the business is diminished now because you're not taking, you are giving. You are the catch, you are giving. Okay? Very important. Okay? Cool. You have something for them. Okay, so here's one thing, right? Because a lot of people, they get excited, they don't know enough, they get on a 3-way call or they get on a potential call and they don't even ask the potential how their day was. They don't even ask the potential, oh, so let's get to know each other. Like, what are you up to? What are you doing? I just want to see. This is what I say, because how are we going to close a market partner that we don't even know what she's interested in? So what are we going to even pitch if the first thing we do when we get on a 3-way or a call, we just start yapping? No, you have to listen because everybody wants to join for different reasons. So you got to find a me too to relate to. But how are you going to find that if you're just yapping the whole time? So
that's still uncomfortable. You need to find a way to relate to them and a way to be like, hey, me too. So that way you can recruit them. So you're waiting for their key moments that you can manipulate them on. That still doesn't make it any better. Like, I would at least prefer someone to yap on about the business because at least you know clearly what they're trying to do.
So yes, listen to serve, not to gain. Okay, very important. Oh yes, okay, cool. Now, with all that being said, this has become like dating for me, but I'm the guy. Like, I feel like the guy, right? So That's how I look at it. I'm dating, okay? I'm so confident, like I'm literally so confident about my business and about my—
I think of this as a game. I think of this as dating. Bitch! Why are we comparing it to any one of the— No. Oh my God, this is why I think this is so culty. Like, anyone watch this and feel inspired? I will literally be 100% honest if I feel inspired by this woman. I will. I will say when she's right. I will say when she's arguing something good. I will say, okay, yeah, that was cool. This does not feel an ounce of inspiring. Anyways, you guys, so that was it for today's video. We're going to pause this here. Stay tuned because I'm actually going to upload the part 2 tomorrow, actually, so you guys will be able to watch it literally right away. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!